Hello YouTube, this is Silver Edge Dave. It's July 3rd. I want to wish you guys all a safe and happy holiday. I have a video I'll probably put out tomorrow morning that I just shot, but as I was going through some things, I was looking at some put away CGC's. These aren't necessarily in order, but I've talked before about my earliest comic score. It was a collection of Thor comics that I bought. There was maybe 100 of them or more, but they were early Thor comics. They were all bought from one kid. I paid a nickel a piece. These were his dad's books, and he wanted nickels more than he wanted his dad's books. And I was a young kid. I was so young. I'm guessing maybe I was 10 or 11 or 12 at the most, but I had the foresight. I put all these books safely away and bagged and boarded them, and they sat in a cool, dry, dark basement for really so many years. And maybe 10 years ago or so, I sent just a bunch of random ones into CGC to get graded. Some of them I have up on the wall back behind us here, and they turn the corner a little. But these are the books that I really don't display all that often. And I feel like CGC lowballed me on some of the grades, some of them not. But they're still beautiful books. They're still comics that I absolutely love. So this is Journey into Mystery number 118, okay, with the Destroyer there. So that is a cool one. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. This is number 145. Again, these probably aren't going to be in a specific order. They're just books that I didn't have up on the wall. I've been watching a lot of great YouTube videos lately. Alan from After Comics had a great one. He was showcasing some of his Foon posters. And Metarog had a great one I was watching. But I want to do a special shout out. One of the early guys I was watching when I started YouTube was Key Comics Market Watch. And we've got, you know, I'm going to call him a young guy. I don't know how old you are, but we have a young guy who's just got a tremendous knowledge of comic books. He does buy and sell books. He's always hunting. He's a little like Silver in that way. But he does a really nice job of it, and he makes long videos where he's sharing comic knowledge. That's 162. Okay, so that's kind of a cool one. And anyway, he came out with a video, I think it was maybe today or yesterday. I was watching, I'm almost done watching it, but I was so impressed. He basically went into a local store. It's a hunting video, which I don't think he does many of them. But I really get a kick out of those. I really enjoy seeing other stores. This is 163. That's a really well-known cover. And they rated this at a 6.0. I think with a press and a cleaning, I think that's a really nice book for 6.0. I always thought they lowballed that one a little bit. I guess the back's a little dirty. So yeah, cleaning could help. So anyway, I'm going to put a link in for Key Comics Market Watch. There is so much great content being put out right now. I'm really impressed. I don't shout out a lot of guys. I mean, there's so many of you that do a good job. I was watching Daz has a nice thing. You know, there's so many that are out there. Comic Guy, I email or text back and forth with him now and then. I mean, you can't lose with a good old Joker 68 video, but it's really impressive. I wake up every day, got a little styrofoam on there, and this is number 139. That was 164 before that, right there. I wake up every day, and like every single day, it's like there's 24 hours of content that's in my inbox, and I try my best to watch so many videos. 139, isn't that a beautiful cover? I always like that. And you know, so I try to do my best to watch everything, but they come so fast, and some days are slow days, and then I'll go back and I'll try to catch up. This is The Growing Man, number 140. Okay, in that time frame of the white covers, all that white background. This one could probably be cleaned a little bit. They gave me a 4.0. It's probably reasonable. I don't know. It looks pretty good for a 4.0. You be the judge. So I'll put a couple links, and I want to commend you guys on content. It's really incredible, you know, having access to so many of you. Another one that I'm going to put a link to is Charlton66. He's had a couple killer videos out lately, and he has one just on communication. And you know, I'll let him. You know, if you click on the link, he talks about how we communicate nowadays. Everything's so fast, and you know, the problem with that is you don't really have time to think. Stuff is out there, and you can't take it back once it's said. That's number 143. That is a beauty. Love that. And I've got all of these. I've got the whole series run from that original collection. It went from 118 might have been the earliest journey into mystery, but it went all the way up to, I think, 2 something. And it was just a solid run. It wasn't missing very much when I bought it. But for the books to get into the hands of, let's just say I was 11, and I didn't trash them, I'm just amazed. I look back and it's like, how did that happen? So there's 173. And I've got quite a few of these, like I say, up on the wall, and the rest are in the boxes back here. I've got, I think I've got 3 full long boxes of Thor, and, you know, probably 3 or 4 copies of every Thor comic, maybe more. I've just always been a glutton for Thor comics. So anyway, it's just a fast video. You guys have a safe and enjoyable and happy holiday. Silver's thinking of you. 6.5, 7 minutes. I'm showing off those. I might as well show what's on the wall. So this is number 126. That was the first actual Thor. I love that cover. And of course, the Beta Ray Bill that happened in the early 80s was, I always felt, a really cool cover swipe. If you guys don't know about it, that's number 338 and number 126. Great to have next to each other. I think those 2 books will probably have a place on the wall forever next to each other. So there's 148 right there. I've got a couple copies of this. I think it's an overlooked cover sometimes. That's 193 with the Silver Surfer on there. Isn't that a beautiful one? I don't know why that wasn't sent in to get graded, but those weren't. Then everyone knows about those, so we'll move those over here. Those have to go into the Hulk box at some point, but I've been dragging my feet. 149, another beautiful cover. Back here we've got 158. That could be my favorite Thor cover of all. I cannot pass that up. When I see a nice one in the store, I just think the purples are so nice. The art on it is beautiful. Kirby and Vince Colletta worked together on that cover. Look at that beauty. Gosh, hard to put that one away. That should be up in the front. Then we've got 165. That's the first full appearance of him. That one's a beautiful cover. Alright, we'll put that away and I can just slide down here. So we've got 167. And then 169. That's a cool one. We've got 170. Thermal Man. And then over here we've got 171. And I'm always shocked. I have a few of these Megos, and I never did have the Thor. I have a buddy, he's a Star Wars fan. He's got the full collection of Megos, and he's got the Thor with it. There's like the helmet, and there's a jewel in it. And he said it's rare to find the jewel, but his has it. If anyone's got a Thor Mego they're willing to get rid of, let me know, and we can maybe work something out. So anyway, so back to it. I was showing those, added 2 minutes to show, you know, the rest of them that are graded. And one day maybe I'll get into this box and do a whole run. But I think AFTA Comics has a whole run of Thors anyway, so you can just watch his video and just say, hey, you know, Silver's got one like that. All right, guys. With that, Silver Age Dave is out.